Well, we are concerned of any country getting a nuclear weapon. That's a bad move, and you don't need to get a nuclear weapon because you cannot use it. Even if Iran gets a nuclear weapon, any country use a nuclear weapon, that means they are having a war with the rest of the world.
If they get one, will you?
If they get one, we have to get one for security reasons, for balancing power in the Middle East. But we don't want to see that.
Yeah.
OK, well, there you have it. Great interview. Christian Whiton, former State Department official, joins me now. Christian, MBS also went on to say, talking about peace with Israel, they are negotiating, he said. And every day we get close. That's what he said in Brett's interview. My question is, could the nuke argument interfere with the Israeli-Saudi peace negotiations?
It probably will. The big sticking point behind the negotiations is a U.S. assurance of Saudi security, something like a formal treaty, where in the past it's been less formal. And the Saudis are frankly irritated with us, are very concerned because they've seen the Biden administration not really step up to Iran. We just paid Iran $6 billion for 5 hostages, and there have been a number of instances in the Persian Gulf and outside in the Gulf of Oman where Iran has attacked tankers, some of which have been going from Saudi Arabia to places including the United States, or from the UAE to the United States, and the U.S. only finally reacted in July to that. And so there's this concern that Saudi is not going to hear or feel what it needs to feel from the Biden administration to get to yes on that agreement.
Well, is America in a position to give a security guarantee to Saudi Arabia?
You know, we have lots and lots of these agreements around the world, some with countries that might surprise you: Thailand, the Philippines, Estonia. I think that countries look at that, and what's less important to them is what is on paper as opposed to what exists in the real world. So Bahrain, we don't technically have an agreement with, but we have the U.S. Fleet in the Persian Gulf there. And so I think it would have to come with some significant agreement on rotation or deployment of forces, an agreement to somehow end the fact that whenever Saudi wants to buy arms from us, there's this long delay in Congress typically. Ironically, also, this agreement has to happen while Democrats still control a lot in Washington, assuming any of that changes in 2024, because if Democrats are in the minority, they will become strongly opposed to giving this to Saudi Arabia. So it's easier to have it Biden in the White House.
Quickly, Putin accepts an invitation to go to China, meets with Xi next month. Looks like the new world order is hardening up. What do you say?
It is, you know, Putin said he's determined that the U.S. dollar supremacy and the supremacy of the U.S.-led system goes away. I think it tells us a lot about China, too. But, you know, Xi Jinping has not been traveling much. He didn't come to the General Assembly in New York. He cut short his visit to the BRICS summit. And those are his people: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So something's going on in China, too. It's an interesting mix going on, mixture of events going on.
If he leaves the country, what's going on back home whilst he's away? Good question. All right. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Christian Whiton. See you again soon.